GOP appears to be moving towards populism more, which I hate. I mean, I think populism is dog crap, but I also don't think you can deny the success of it as far as winning elections so far. It appears to be more of a popular party. I mean, let's be honest. The president of the United States can stand up there in debates and say things like, I'm going to protect people with pre-existing conditions and things like that. That is a populist thing. It's certainly not conservative. Is that what you're talking about? You see the GOP more of a nationalist, populist party going forward?
I think it's going to be a nationalist party and a more working class party. And again, like you, I'm very limited government. You and I, hold some unpopular positions, for example, about the complete fiscal unsustainability of various middle class entitlement programs, right? Like Social Security. Those are really deeply unpopular positions in the country. I think where there are the most voters that are up for grabs is actually in a quadrant that gets very little attention until maybe the last 4 years, because Donald Trump did speak to them, is people who are culturally conservative. They're worried about the woke left. They're worried about the direction, the cultural direction of the Democratic Party. They feel completely out of step with that Democratic Party that is increasingly a party of people who work in Fortune 500 companies and their children who went to college for, gender studies, right? Those folks, though, hold bigger government views. So they're not, socialists, but they are definitely more towards the center or even left of center on economic views, certainly far to the left of you and I. And they are moving into the Republican Party. And whether you and I like it or not, that's going to change the Republican Party. It's going to change the platform. I see our party as probably making peace with Social Security, making peace with deficit spending. I mean, really functionally, you and I know this has only been rhetoric anyway. I don't see this as a thing. I don't see it's actually worse for us, because it's not like the Republican Party was actually serious about fiscal conservatism, and maybe it'll be better for them not to pay lip service every 4 years to it. But I don't even think we're going to be paying that lip service anymore. I think we're going to be changed by an influx of voters. But I think what will hold the future Republican coalition together will be a sense that some essential thing about patriotism and citizenship is being under attack. And indeed, I think it is under attack. I don't think that's an exaggeration.
I don't think it is either. I see this as very much a, now it sounds really cliche, but it's very much a patriotism versus non-patriotism electorate anymore. The Democratic Party doesn't even necessarily pretend to love the country. I don't know I don't know why that people consider it radical when I say that. They don't even really pretend to love it. The GOP, in turn, goes all in with 8 trillion American flags and fighter jets and everything else. I think that's just what we're going to have now for the future.
That's really been interesting in the last, so I'm originally from California, and we've been doing this forever. So in California for a long time, at least, a couple decades, it has been a tell that you are a secret conservative or Republican or libertarian even, to put an American flag either on your car, out in front of your house. It was sort of the secret way of conservatives, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I'm one of you too, because it had become so unpopular among people on the left to actually express patriotism for the United States. That's now gone national, right? You can be, I would say you can be 80-90% sure that when your neighbor puts a American flag out in front of their house, they're more than likely voting for Donald Trump, right? I don't think that's generally a good thing for the country, that patriotism has become the province of only one half of the electorate, but that's the sad reality.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.